take the TV and just go throw it in a dumpster anywhere in town. I don't know if that's legal because you have to dispose of electronic equipment differently. But you need, or just put a big old X across your TV because it's sucking the life out of you. If you literally are worried about paying your rent or your mortgage or your car payments late and your credit's tanking, you're not allowed. Listen to me. You are not allowed. Your downtime is reading a book by Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, John Maxwell. You know, you find a book by people you respect, right? And then you read that book, and input equals output. I'll say it again. Input equals output. So some of your needs are very immediate. You need to go help buyers buy and sellers sell. You got to go a little, it's a scientific word. I want all of you to step up and pay attention. It's called berserk. You need to go, you need to go a little berserk. You got to focus, man. You got to go, I will until I'm going to figure this thing out if it kills me. You got to want it so bad. You got to be hungry. Again, there's that word hunger. Write it down. I can't give it to you. You got to have it. Some of you have been so beat up, beat down, beat over, paved over, and you got to reach down and go, you know what? I was endowed with the seeds of greatness by my Creator. And realize you were made in the image of God. And I won't go beyond that. Now, I believe that. You can believe what you want, but I believe that you have all the same gifts I have. And I just wanted it so bad. Money, mansions, cars, jets. Nope. I want to be a history maker. I want to make a difference in people's lives, man. I know you guys do too. And so really want to challenge you with that. So go fix your issue. Go fix your issue. How do you do that? You ask lots of questions. You work like your life depends on it. This sounds kind of radical. Let me let you in on a secret. Your life depends on it. Because, well, you know, I'm about the mission, not the commission. I am too, but it also needs to be about profitability. Of course, well, he just cares about the money. Because people make money, people grow. Let me tell you, man, the reason other people have lots of money is not always, I'll give you that. But they're all about service. You are paid in direct proportion to the amount of value you bring to this life. What you're earning right now, look at the amount of value. And it could be you've just burned out, you've zoned out, you're checked out in your marriage, your teenage son or daughter needs you so bad, you don't even know it, man, because you're not present. And I hated that word when I first went to counseling a decade ago, but I understand the word and appreciate the word. I couldn't stand the guy when he used it. I'm like, present? What a weird thing to say, present. And I was checked out 10 years ago in the crash. His daddy had been working 70 hours a week, and I didn't put boundaries around my life. So I'll tell you this. So write this down. Ready? Short-term pain, long-term gain. What do we mean by that? You guys, you can get it over with quick. If you go through life life will be infinitely easier on you. By the way, those of you in the audience with your hands raised, if you could pull them down, it literally blocks the people behind you. So make sure that your hands aren't raised. It blocks the view of other people. Okay,
can you repeat that last thing you said? Because you broke up really bad.
Well, everyone mute your mics. So, and I'm shocked that I could even hear you. So that's interesting. In this auditorium, I didn't think that we could hear the audience. So, but lower your hands. If your hand is raised, lower your hand. Just on your avatar. Check it. Anyways, enough said. I'm not doing questions. Okay, so here we go. And thank you. I wasn't trying to be rude to you. I was shocked to hear from you, actually. So bottom line is, I want you to work on your short game. I mean, if you have bills to pay, I'm talking groceries. Yesterday, I had Rosie Rodriguez on stage owning a franchise. If I said the name, it would embarrass that franchise because she owned a franchise, had a 10,000 square feet of office, and she couldn't buy groceries for her children. And so we've all been there, man. I've been there too. And so, well, I don't know how to do it. We're on lockdown. Get creative. Get creative. You got to figure it out, man. Just go under, over. I remember one time back in the 1997, you can't hold HUD homes open. So I made signs that said HUD homes 500 moves you in, free list of area homes, and the homes were locked. Nothing said open on my signs, and I pulled up in front of the HUD home and did I really did like a sidewalk open house. I put an easy up, a card table. You laugh. I made a couple $100,000 that year. Agents would show up and get mad. You can't hold this open. I go check the front door. It's locked. It's not open. I'm pointing to it. And they turned me into HUD, and HUD said, we can't do anything about him. He's pointing to it. He's not holding an open house. It's not legal to hold an open house. Now, when people get excited and want to go see it, I go, sure. And I would go unlock the thing and go in. But in other words, you got to get a little creative. HUD was fine with what I was doing. I was literally doing gutter open houses back in 1997 because I go, okay, so we can't go show property in my state, or we can't hold open houses. Well, what can you do? Get creative, get scrappy, go hand to hand. So how do you work on your short game? If you need to help buyers buy and sellers sell, that's the short game. We're talking short game versus the long game. Well, you need to plug into the world. Like 100 plus classes a week going on these days. There's so much for you to go. And then listen to me, you pay $35 a month for this education, but I really want you to pay attention. Then I want you to get a coach. Are you coachable? Some of you are selling 10, 15 homes a year, and you desperately need to go to 20, 25, 30 homes a year. I want you to sell more real estate. I want you to help more buyers buy and sellers sell. Now, here's the funny thing. I also want you to work on your long game. What do you mean long? And so what I mean by that is, let me ask you, I want you to attract agents. You're like, oh, I tried that. Not for me. Really? Because I tried tennis and it was hard at first. It looks easy on TV, but then it's like, oh, that is kind of awkward. How about golf? Golf's a classic one. Go pick up a golf club and hit it. You'll probably be terrible if you've never done it. How about surfing, skiing, basketball? You watch those guys shoot the threes. I can do that. Then you shoot a three and you completely airball it. And you're not 4 feet in the air levitating as you shoot it. So bottom line is, yes, if you want to do anything, you want to become a great listing agent, a buyer's agent, you got to learn you got to go get coaching, you got to attend classes, and you got to be hungry. You got to want it. So let me ask you a question. How many homes did you sell 4 years ago? I want to know right now. Everyone think back 4 years ago. Was it 10 homes? Was it 5? Was it 50? Was it 500? Was it, 1,700 homes? People do. Look at those. People are posting their numbers. I love that. It's 0. 150. Everyone's posting their homes. So I think that's kind of cool. 4 years ago. So let me ask you a question. I sold a couple hundred. What do you get paid today for the homes you sold 4 years ago? What do I get paid today for the home I sold 4 years ago? I think we can all answer that question pretty easy. It's 0. It's nothing. And now how much effort did it take? Maybe you sold 40 homes or 80 homes or 400 homes or 20 homes. How much effort did it take? A Herculean effort. You had to write offers, you had to go on listing appointments, you didn't always get the listing, you didn't always get the offer, and it hurts. So the bottom line, what I decided to do was to do something different. 3 years ago, I kept helping buyers buy, sellers sell, but one thing changed. I switched my brokerage, which I'd only done one time in 20 years, and I started acquiring stock awards that had never happened in 20 years at my 2 prior large, like 2 most dominant brokerages in the world. Never got any stock awards. And then rev share kicked in, and I made more in rev share. I mean, it was just, I don't even know how to explain it to you, but let's just say it was lots outside of commissions. So that was a good thing. But so one of the things I did, is we're wrapping this up and I'm watching, is I decided to create margin. And what that means is I went from selling 60 homes a year personally to 30. I cut my production in half to create margin. Now, I'm not saying you should do that at all, but I am shocked by people who sell 50, 60, 70 trying to sell 100. It's like you don't really believe you could do agent attraction, so you're just going to go right back to being on a hamster wheel. So I want to challenge you. You can improve. You can get better. Now, Remax used it against me. Look, you joined eXp, his production got half. That was me. I'm not saying you have to. I decided to sell less homes on purpose. Some of you need to sell more homes, I'm telling you right now. But here's what I did. Everyone's like, all you did was recruit? Nope. Fridays from 2 to 5, I called agents and brokers for the first time really in 2 decades for myself to build my own sales organization. And I love Rob Flick. He gets so little credit for what he has done. And Gene Frederick. Those two guys are the reason this company is. Of course, Glenn. Of course. But as far as agents, Rob Fleck, he is this analogy he used. What about listing 40 agents? So guess what I did? I took his analogy, because that makes sense to me. And I listed 40 agents 3.5 years ago. And you know what I get paid for that today, 3.5 years later? I'm not even allowed to say, but it's beyond my wildest dreams times 10. It's a crazy deal. And so, are you just about money? No, I loved my agents. I laid my life down for my agents. I helped them. Then they started telling their friends, who told their friends, who told their friends. And 3.5 years later, there's 10,000 agents in my organization, 7,492 in my 7 levels. There's people on levels 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all that sort of thing. So as I wrap this up today, I get it that you're maybe not good at surfing. I tried surfing, it was so hard. I paddled so hard and the waves kept passing me by. Listen to me. You can figure it out if you dedicate yourself. There's not a sport in the world if you don't get a coach and you dedicate yourself and you work at it relentlessly, you will figure it out. And now I figured out golf, and it's fun. I know how to shape a ball flight. I know how to spin it back. I know how to get out of a sand trap. It took a little while. Just be patient. Don't be so hard on yourself. I think the key word here we're talking, and at least for me, being a little desperate. Not needy. There's desperate, needy. No, nobody likes that. I mean desperate for a better life. Desperate to make a difference in the lives of those around you. So let me tell you, some of you have it too easy. You know, I'm not desperate. You got it too easy and it's hurting you. You're too comfortable. And well, I thought you said you made, yeah, I did, but I wasn't comfortable. I knew that God had bigger and better things for my life. You got to believe that. Who are you hanging out with? Because input equals output. I had people tell me that I was going to do some great things with my life that, 500 years from now, how will you be remembered? Do you really believe that you can make a difference on this planet? I do. So let me say something to you. Don't die with your music in you. Write that down. Don't die with your music in you. What does that mean? A final quote. This is what it means. I would rather dare mighty deeds. I would rather dare mighty deeds and fail greatly than to have focused and aimed at nothing and succeeded. I'll say it again. I would rather failed at trying and going for mighty deeds and failed greatly than to have aimed at nothing and succeeded, and then take my place with those tepid and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. My message to you today is to go out there and fall on your face and do it as fast as you can with listings, with luxury listings, with commercial, with agent attraction, whatever it is you want to do. Working on your marriage, go to some counseling. It's going to get muddy. It's going to get messy with your teenage son or daughter. They might reject you for a while, but I want you to passionately go for it and just have the greatest life, because you will get your breakthrough. Thanks for having me today. Enjoy this week. I'm going to be in every bit of this for the next 3 days. I couldn't be more excited and honored to labor with all of you at eXp as we go from 30,000 to over 1 million agents worldwide. Welcome to the movement. We're so excited you're here. We're locking arms. One big fire. eXp, making real estate fun again. I'm having a blast. Join me as we change the world for the better in our industry. You all. We'll see you. Thanks, Dave, for having me up.